Mazal tov, you have made it more than halfway through the festival of Pesach. And it bears repeating because a number of people have asked, when does this festival of Passover actually end? It says in the Torah that we shall celebrate a festival of matzot, of unleavened bread, for 7 days. Yet of course we know many people who celebrate for 8. In fact, some of our own families are split, where some members celebrate 7 and some members celebrate 8. So what is the correct answer? Well, in this case, it is one of those situations where there is more than one correct answer. But Reform Judaism does have an official stance on this. When Reform Judaism became a movement, we separated ourselves from the rest of the community by removing many of the repetitious aspects of Judaism. Some of those repetitions were in prayer, some of those were in the way we celebrate holidays. It was the case for many generations in Jerusalem that the new moon would be spotted and word would get out, sent out from Jerusalem that the new month had begun and people would begin to count towards holidays, and that was how the calendar was set. Although along the way, the Samaritans began lighting fires on the wrong days, which were the signals for the new months, and we had to come up with a different system. The different system of going out from Jerusalem on horseback took longer than by setting fires, and so there had to be a calculation made in the calendar to allow for that extra time, and that is why some of the holidays are celebrated for an extra day, a Yom Shemini. But Reform Judaism came along and said, we know how to calculate the calendar. We don't need somebody to go out on horseback from Jerusalem. And so we can set the calendar many years in advance and do exactly what the Torah says. 7 days for Passover, 1 day for Rosh Hashanah, 1 day for the other important holidays, even though many of our friends and relatives add an extra day. So we, at Beit Shalom, we officially observe 7 days, as does Reform Judaism. Of course, many of our congregants grew up celebrating 8 days, and they still do celebrate 8 days, and that's just fine. But for our own observance here at the synagogue, come to services this Friday. We will have kosher for Passover food before services, and we will have some challah to break Passover after services. And earlier in the day, join us at 11 o'clock for Yisker.